Hey kids, thanks for joining me in the garage again today. We're going to be tearing down this drill chuck out of the drill press. So show you how to get this all torn down so we can get it cleaned up with all the other parts. So like, subscribe, comment down below. See you in just a minute. All right, to get this all torn apart, we're going to need to go over to the vise. You'll see how to get this this taper out, and then over at the press, we'll press this all apart. This kind of presses in together where these, you'll see all the parts. These chucks are kind of interesting in how they get put together. So let's head over to the vise now, and we'll get started. All right, we're over here at the vise. So now how we're going to do this, we're going to clamp this in here, and then we're going to get a hex socket in here, kind of crank this. You should be able to crank this off. We'll see how tough this is going to be. I might need a breaker bar in order to do this. So we'll get this tightened down here. You want to make sure you're on, you're biting on this here and not up on where it curves in. So you do have to be a little careful on where you're biting down on it. Get that in there nice and tight. All right, and what I got is I got a big 14mm hex socket here, and we're going to get this tightened down in here. Let me go get the key. So we're going to get this tightened pretty good down in there, and then we're going to take this big old wrench and we're going to try to pop this thing out of here. So we'll see. Yeah. Oh no. Well, I screwed that over, huh? A little bit too much leverage. Well, interesting. Let's see how else I can get this out of here. I don't know. Well, that's kind of disappointing. So kind of the problem is, you can see it still fits into the spindle. It's just that this is going to have problems when I come to move this, because you can, I don't know if you can be able to see down in there, but that little end sticks up. That way you can basically put this little wedge tool in there to get the taper out of there. So I just tested, it fits in there fine. Problem is going to be getting it out. So yeah, so I think I'll need to buy a new taper anyway. So let's see if we can't just clamp down on the taper, and from there we can pop out that chuck. Be nice to only have to buy a new taper instead of a whole new chuck. Looks like it's spinning a little bit. Okay, so let's take these off. Just try to crank on this. Try to get some bite on it. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going to get that taper out of there. I might be able to pound it down through. That might be my next method here. because I believe you can see it down in there. So let's give that a shot here. I'm just going to set that on there. I don't know. Maybe I'll take it over the press and see if we can't press it out there. Okay, so here we are on the press. What I've got is a 62 millimeter press sleeve that fits just right. It's going to be kind of hard to see, but fits just right over this, the outer, you know, this, I don't know what you would call it, the geared part of the chuck. And so should be able to just press this off of this bottom part. The way this is put on is it's, I believe, a press fit going up in the up direction. You know, so it doesn't slide down, it slides up. So I guess we'll find out here, see how much this takes to press this out. All right, here we go. Make sure that's, I'm gonna just give it a once over. Make sure this is all nice and centered on there. Gonna do that by feel. Oh, not too bad. Well, it's getting a little more stuck, so let's take this off and take a look. So it's a little off angle here. So I think we're okay to keep pressing here. Shouldn't take too much more. There we go. Oh, it did mingle one of the teeth, it looks like. Oh yeah, well, I don't know if you can see that here. But it kind of mangled this spot right there where this goes in. So, you know, all right, we're back at the bench here. You can see, so I actually was able to get this out, the taper there, which is now got a big broken thing on there. So what I ended up doing, so kind of take this apart as a ring there. You can then take the teeth out. I think ultimately what you want to do on this is when you're trying to get this out, you want these teeth to be about that far out. Because then what happens, that top section there is just flat, and so it lets this ring come right out. So that's what's happened there. Now you can just pull these all out for the most part anyway. and then I can get this cleaned up. I don't know, you can see here, you can see it dinged it up pretty good right there. And so, you know, that's how that kind of works. But oh well, you know, win some, lose some. I should be able to at least get this cleaned up. Think I'm going to end up getting a new chuck because I don't want to, you know, this is going to end up, you can see it's pretty well gummed up now. And so, yeah. Anyway, at least I'll have some spare parts for a new one. So, you know, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, hit the thumbs up. If you're just watching for the first time, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Keep on wrenching.